Tip of the tongue phenomenon. You know that awful feeling when a word is right there, you just can't grab it? Like someone asks you, who's that actor in that movie? You know, the one with the spaceship. And you freeze. You know the face. You know the movie. You even know the first letter of their name. But the word itself? It's trapped just out of reach. That's the tip of the tongue glitch. And it happens because of how your brain stores language. Words aren't kept in one neat box. Your brain scatters their pieces across different regions. The meaning in one place. The sound in another. The spelling somewhere else. Normally, these systems sync up instantly, but sometimes the connections get jammed. You activate part of the memory. You can picture the actor's face or recall the first syllable, but the pathway to the full word stalls. Here's the twist. The reason it feels so frustrating is because your brain knows the information is there. It's not forgetting. It's partial access, and that half-loaded feeling is your brain's way of telling you, keep digging, it's in here somewhere. And what usually fixes it is either distraction or time. If you stop forcing it, your brain relaxes the circuits and the missing link surfaces on its own. That's why you suddenly blurt out the actor's name while brushing your teeth 3 hours later. Or worse, at 2 a.m. when nobody asked anymore. Hypnic jerk glitch. You're lying in bed. It's dark. You're cozy. Your brain is slowing down, drifting, finally about to fall asleep. And then bam! Your whole body twitches like you just fell off a skyscraper. Congratulations! You've experienced the hypnic jerk glitch. Here's what's really happening. As you drift into sleep, your muscles start relaxing. To your conscious brain, that's normal. But to your ancient survival brain, it looks like danger. Back in caveman days, if your body suddenly went limp, it usually meant one thing. You were falling out of a tree. So your brain fires an emergency signal. Hey, wake up before you hit the ground! That's the jerk. A full body spasm to make sure you don't die in your dream tree. Of course, now you're not in a tree, you're in a bed, so safe and warm. And sometimes, it even adds special effects, like that dream where you were walking, then trip on nothing or fall into a pit, and your body flails like a rag doll, waking you up in total confusion. So yeah, that embarrassing twitch that scares the person next to you, that's just your inner caveman making sure you didn't fall out of an imaginary branch. And the worst part? Once it happens, you're wide awake again, stuck having an argument with yourself. Why am I broken? Okay, go back to sleep. No, stop replaying it in your head. Great, now I'm hungry. The Stroop Effect. Here's a classic brain trick that messes with everyone. Look at this word, red, but it's written in blue ink. Now, what color is the word? Your brain just paused. You know the answer, but it can't stop reading the word itself. That's the Stroop Effect. And it's hilarious because your brain is trying to do two things at once and failing. Here's what's happening. Your brain has separate circuits for reading words and recognizing colors. Reading words is fast. It's practiced automatic. Color recognition? Slower, more deliberate. When the two conflict, your brain freezes. It wants to read the word, but your task is to name the color. One system says, read it. The other says, no, identify the color. It's like two coworkers arguing over who gets to answer a simple question. Neither wants to back down. The funny part? Even when you know it's blue, it takes an extra half second, and you might still slip up. Your brain can't help it. This glitch shows just how much your mind relies on automatic habits and how confusing it gets when they collide. So go ahead, try a whole list of these. Get ready to laugh at your own confusion, and maybe argue with yourself out loud. It's blue! No, wait. Red? Phantom vibration syndrome. Be honest. How many times have you felt your phone buzz? You pull it out, check the screen, and nothing, no message, no notification, and no call. Your brain just lied to you. That's called phantom vibration syndrome. And it happens because your nervous system is jumpy around your phone. Here's the science. Your skin has tiny sensors that detect pressure and movement. They send signals up your spine to your brain, which then decides. That was a bug crawling, a piece of fabric shifting, or, oh, my phone vibrating. But when you check your phone constantly, your brain starts lowering its standards. It takes the tiniest touch, like your shirt brushing against your leg, and mislabels it as a buzz. Why? Because your brain thinks it's better to be wrong 100 times than miss one actual text. It's the same logic that makes you hear your name in random conversations, or think someone waved when they weren't waving at you. Your brain would rather embarrass you than risk missing out. The funny part? We've trained ourselves into it. We glued a vibrating box to our bodies all day long, and now our brains act like paranoid interns. Boss, I swear it buzzed! Check again! And when you finally check, nope, just your genes, giving you false hope. The doorway effect. Picture this. You're sitting on the couch, and you suddenly remember, oh, I need scissors. You stand up, walk down the hallway, enter the next room, and then, wait, what did I come in here? It feels like your brain just hit the delete button. But what actually happened is something scientists call the doorway effect. Here's how it works. Your brain organizes the experiences into what are called event models. Think of them like mini chapters in a book. When you're in one place, let's say the living room, your brain rates everything you're doing in the living room chapter. The moment you walk through a doorway, your brain sees that as a chapter break. It files the old information away, living room stuff, and clears space for new input in the next room. That way, you're always ready for fresh information. It's usually efficient, but here's the glitch. If the reason you got up was still tied to the old chapter, your brain doesn't keep it on the top of the stack. It gets stored away too quickly, and you feel like the thought just vanished. That's why retracing your steps works so often. When you go back into the previous room, your brain reopens the old chapter, and boom, the memory is right there waiting. So next time you blank out after crossing a doorway, don't panic. Your brain didn't fail, and it just misfiled your thought. And the fix is simple. Go back, flip open the last chapter, and your brain delivers the answer. Brain freeze effect. You're happily slurping your ice cream, chugging a smoothie, or maybe enjoying a frozen latte, and then sudden pain shoots straight through your forehead. Your brain temporarily shuts down. Congratulations, you've just triggered the classic brain freeze. Here's what's happening. The roof of your mouth is super sensitive, and when something cold touches it, the blood vessels constrict suddenly, then rapidly dilate. Your brain misinterprets the signal. It thinks your head is under attack. Result, instant panic spike right in your skull. And why does it feel like the pain is coming from your forehead instead of your mouth? It's called referred pain. Your nerves converge and your brain gets confused. Oh no, danger, forehead maybe. The hilarious part. You literally just ate a tasty treat, and your brain thinks it's a life or death emergency. You grab your head, groan, flail your arm while your ice cream melts innocently in your lap. And it always ends the same way. A few seconds later, the pain disappears, leaving you with nothing but sticky hands, a slightly traumatized brain, and a vow to never eat that fast again. So, which of these brain tricks has messed with you the most? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And if you had fun learning how sneaky your brain can be, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and stick around for more. Thanks for watching.